Greetings and welcome to the Pick a Card reading for the week of November 24th through November 30th. This is the final week, the last week of November. And we have entered into Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius energy is all about growth and expansion. So this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to your own personal growth and expansion. Or better stated, how do you need to grow and expand at this time in order to prepare for the things that you say that you want for your life. All right. And so, this, like I stated, is the final week of November. And so you are to select from card group number 1, card group number 2, or card group number 3. Comment your card selections in the comment section below by Monday, November 25th in order to be entered to win our November giveaway. And this is the last pick a card for the month of November. So this is the last chance to get your name in the hat. All right. So come back later for the results. All right, welcome. So the results are in for our pick a card reading for the week of November 24th through November 30th. Again, I did include the 1-minute intro video that I normally only include on my Instagram and Facebook pages at the beginning of this video. Just so that those of you who are tuning in now on YouTube, you can see what I normally share with my audience over there. So I highly encourage you to follow me on those pages. Those links are down below. Because soon I will probably stop showing that intro. And so those who follow me on those pages get to see, get an early glimpse of the card selection for the week and an earlier chance to comment. So, excuse me. So make sure that you're following me over there. And so this is the final week of November. And so this is also the last chance for you to get your name in the hat to win our November giveaway. Every Monday that you comment, like Monday after the results video is made available, that you comment, you get your name in the hat. And so some people actually have their name in the hat, in the raffle for, at least 3 or 4 times because they comment every week. And so you have until Monday, November 25th, I believe I said, in order to comment your card selection 1, 2, or 3, and in order to be automatically included in this week's giveaway. And so I'm just going to jump right into it with my opening intuitive message. This week we have entered into, well, actually at the end of last week, we entered into Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius energy is very expansive. One of the key words, if you Google Sagittarius, is that it is about expansion. It's about how one has their aspirational goals, right? Their aspirations, not even just goals, but just aspirations as a person. And a lot of times philosophical aspirations. They're truth seeking. What is the true truth, and many of you already know, every time we enter into a new zodiac sign, I do a video called Everybody's Fill in the Blank, including you. So at the time that I'm filming this, I have not filmed the Everybody's a Sagittarius, including you video. Everybody's a Scorpio is obviously it's up, and you can go back and look at that. But I will be filming that very soon. And I love doing those because, a lot of times we all get so caught up in whatever our sun signs are that we don't realize that we all carry all 12 signs of the zodiac within us. And so when it is Sagittarius season, no matter what sun sign we are all being taught the lessons of Sagittarius. And this particular Sagittarius season of 2019, I believe is very unique because we're coming out of a very kind of rough Mercury retrograde period during Scorpio season. So that was pretty heavy for a lot of people. And so, and with Sagittarius having that energy of aspiration, that energy of truth seeking, that renewed energy, because Sagittarius is a fire sign. So it's like that new spark of fire energy, motivation to pursue what's truly on our hearts, to pursue our dreams, to pursue, our, isn't that pretty labradorite? And this stone and the moonstone, whatever. Okay. So, to pursue these, was really not just our physical desires, like it's not, or goal desires. It's not, Sagittarius energy isn't always just about pursuing goals, but it is a lot about pursuing your higher truth, your inner, truth, your life's purpose. Sagittarius energy is always seeking to answer the question, why am I here? Who am I? What is God? Who is God? Is there a God? Sagittarius energy is always seeking to understand and learn from other people, and when I say other, I mean people. Sagittarius energy always encourages us to learn and to grow from people who maybe don't look like us, don't speak our same language, don't practice the same religion, but it's all about expanding yourself, your mind, and just even expanding your physical presence, meaning like actually allowing yourself to be around people who aren't necessarily like you, to see how you can grow and learn from those experiences. So Sagittarius energy is not about being stagnant at all. Is very future thinking, is very forward thinking. And so I'm not going to go into too much more detail about that here, because we're going to actually talk about that in my video, Everybody's a Sagittarius, including you. But for the purposes of this particular pick a card, we are looking at, now that we've come out of Mercury retrograde and the depths of Scorpio season, and I hope y'all did the work that was necessary during that time, because Sagittarius is now asking us, okay, so where do we go now? Now that, we've come out of that, where are we aspiring to go, to grow at this time? And so that is the purpose of this pick a card reading. How are you inspiring to grow at this time? How do you need to expand at this time in order to actually step more fully into your purpose and step more fully into who you say you are? Because, it's so easy to get stagnant. It's so easy to just kind of stay around and do the same things over and over again and be the same person and hold the same beliefs. And, and I'm not saying that any of us need to necessarily change our belief systems or change, things that we are concrete in. But what I am saying is that, it is, in order to go where you haven't been, part of you has to grow. Part of you has to change. Part of you has to elevate beyond your current state of mind and your current state of being. And so that is what we are looking at right now. Because I very strongly feel like, with us, this is the last week of November. We are hitting that heavy holiday season, and this season is always, it really inspires people, no matter their belief systems. It really does inspire people to really go beyond what they know, go beyond to hope and to dream and to believe that the best is yet to come, because then we start going into the new year. So it's like, okay, it's that sense that newness is on the horizon. We're not there yet, but we are almost there. We're not fully at the place where we want to be, but we are on our way there, and we can see it. And all of that is so Sagittarius energy. And so that's what we're looking at today. We're looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to your growth and expansion. How do you need to grow and expand, whether it's in your mind, primarily in your mind. I'll say that. Primarily in your mind at this time, so that you can actually get to wherever it is that you're trying to get to. All right, so that is it for the opening intuitive message right now. Make sure that you click the link in my bio because I have some amazing Black Friday sales. One has already started at the time that I'm filming this, and that is my Magic of Self-Love Black Friday bundle, and it includes an autographed copy of my book, The Magic of Self-Love, which is 9 chapters giving you 9 tools on how to use self-love as a tool to actually transform your life. And like I stated, that's an autographed copy. So if you purchase my book from Amazon, it won't be autographed because Amazon will send it straight to you. But if you purchase through that Black Friday link that I have down below, you will receive an autographed copy of my book, and you will also receive a digital copy of the companion workbook because at the end of each chapter there are assignments to help you to apply what you learned in that chapter. And so there's a digital companion workbook that goes with that. And then you'll also receive my audio discussion. It's not really a class, but really a discussion where I share my inspiration, what really motivated me to write this book, who and what motivated me, and what was on my heart at the time when I chose to write The Magic of Self-Love. So you receive all of those 3 items for only $25. And the book is a physical copy, obviously, because it's autographed. And then the other 2 items will be digitally sent to you instantly when you purchase. And then shipping is included for the book. So all 3 of those items for only $25. And so that link is down below. Also, I have a couple of Black Friday reading specials, and so that link will be down there below as well. I'm doing an amazing, if I can say so myself, an amazing 1-card energy reading, because sometimes you just don't need a whole lot of details. You just need to know what's going on right now, or what wisdom there is for you right now. And so I have a special on those. Those are very limited, so make sure that you book the 1-card energy reading. Is very awesome. I love doing those. I really, really do. And those readings actually come within, like, I record the reading and then I send you the file so you can always listen to it over and over again. And then, so those are those 2 things. Also, if you want to share a love offering, we're coming up near the end of the year. And if you feel that my work has blessed you so far, or that you just want to support this work, I do have my PayPal and Cash App links down below. So make sure that you send a love offering. I greatly appreciate those. And it doesn't matter the amount. It's just really the energy. And so that is it. That is it for our announcements and our opening intuitive message. All right. So those of you who selected card group number 1, your reading is up next. All right, greetings and welcome to those of you who selected card group number 1. These are your results for the week of November 24th through November 30th. A couple of quick announcements just in case you use the time stamp to skip ahead. Make sure you comment your card selections by Monday, November 25th if you want to be in the running to win our November giveaway. This is the last week to get your name in the hat to win our November giveaway, and that winner will be announced during our next pick a card reading. Make sure you click the link down below or look in the description box down below because I have an amazing Black Friday special for The Magic of Self-Love, my book, The Magic of Self-Love. You receive an an autographed copy of The Magic of Self-Love, a digital copy of the workbook, and a 17-minute audio discussion where I really share what was on my heart when I wrote the book and how it can really be a blessing to you. So those 3 items you receive for only $25, and the book is shipped free. Shipping is included when you purchase that. And so also I have some Black Friday reading specials as well. So make sure you click down below to book that. Leave a love offering, also known as a donation. And I think that's it. Okay, so so at the top of your cards this week, look at this stone. I absolutely love labradorite. Labradorite is one of those stones. It's kind of mystical. I mean, even look at like this part of it right here is still raw. So it's more of the rough looking side, and then this side was polished, and so you can see what it looks like on the inside. And it's one of those stones that kind of lights up in the light. And so it's mystical in that it can really help with helping you to merge both your mental and spiritual side with your physical side, so that there's no gap in between. You know, sometimes we're so spiritual but we can't be practical, or we're so down to earth that we miss the spiritual lessons, or we don't pay attention to our intuition. Labradorite is one of those stones that's really good at helping you to bring both those parts of yourself into an aware union, meaning you're aware of both sides of you. This is one of those stones that's great to, you know, sleep with it under your pillow. It also can help to like cleanse any unbeneficial energy around you. It's just so much that could be said about this stone. So you know what I always tell you to do? Google Labradorite if you want to know more. And so this week we are looking at what we most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to our growth and expansion. Like, how do you need to grow and expand now that we are in Sagittarius season? And make sure, I forgot to say this, but make sure that if you skipped ahead, make sure you go back and listen to my opening intuitive message, because I talk a little bit about the Sagittarius energy that we're all experiencing, no matter what our sun signs are. We're all experiencing the Sagittarius energy, which is about growth and expansion. And it's about our aspirations and achieving our aspirations, and as a whole person, not just your goals, not just like your money goals or something like that, but just, you know, who do you aspire to be is what Sagittarius energy is always encouraging us to focus in on. And so that is what this reading is about. How do you need to grow and expand so that you can be, and even expand your mind so that you can become the person that you are wanting to really be. And so this top card here comes from a goddess energy deck, and some of the goddesses I'm familiar with, some I am still learning about. So I will give my 2 cents on this goddess, but I will also read the information that comes with this card. Wow. I think she came up last week. Who got this last week? Liezi. Wow. And this makes so much sense. I remember this. I remember this goddess. She's all about revelation. You know what I always say, we are co-collaborators in this reading. So just take this card in right here. But revelation, what is being revealed to you? And revelation comes like, this is lightning in her hand, like a bolt of lightning, a bolt of inspiration that hits your mind, hits your spirit, hitting really deeper than your mind. It hits you intuitively. You ever have those divine inspirational moments where it's those aha moments that just come to you and you just gain instant clarity? That is what this goddess is all about. And so let me read the information that comes with this card. I will read 2 messages, the empowerment message and the alignment message. And the alignment message is if you ever find yourself this week out of alignment with, you know, the wisdom that she has for you. So the empowerment message says, there are moments when synchronicity brings all the elements together for a flash of insight to rise up in you in a glorious epiphany. Whatever was not clear becomes crystalline in an instant. It's as if you are able to simultaneously perceive every facet in a diamond. You know without a doubt that you are on the right track as deep understanding sinks into your very soul. In this moment, change and transformation takes place, and a transcendent moment is offered to you as an extraordinary gift. Now is one of those times. The Chinese goddess Liezi, mother of lightning, brings revelations into your life with a flash. She gives you this as a result of all the hard work you have put into dismantling your old self and making space for who you want to become. This is a very auspicious time. Wow. So again, even with this stone here with labradorite, you're really going to have to this week bring union between your intuition and your physical self and actually make them congruent. You know, if you have a divine inspirational aha moment, how will that show up practically in your life, or how can you make that practical? You know, a lot of times we just all in our head and all in this spiritual stuff, but we don't know how to make it practical. So this is your week to take these divine inspirational moments that will come to you like lightning, to show you how you should be growing and expanding so you can really step into the fullness of who you are and then walk it out. So the empowerment message says, sometimes life throws you a curveball and it feels like you've been hit by lightning. Perhaps a romantic partner betrays you suddenly. An illness strikes someone close to you. A job you expected fell through. The new employee turns out to be a dud, or you get a huge tax bill. No matter what the subject, your task is to pivot and course correct according to the needs of the event. Even if you don't understand what's happening, don't second guess yourself. Some things are not meant to be predictable, and detours may be exactly what you need. Loss or bad news aren't the only options in this situation. You may have just been offered something you've always wanted, such as a proposal from a lover, a better job, or the chance to move. Your tendency might be to try to control the circumstances or worry you may not be prepared for the change. The goddess Liezi reminds you that the great goddess will never give you more than you can handle. Your alignment task is to surrender to what is in front of you. You can do this. All right. So again, you know, whatever comes at you this week, I really feel like some of you just need to know that everything is working for your highest good at all times. Even things that seem to be challenging is designed to help you to see things differently, to perceive differently, and to shift your paradigm. And I've been hearing the word paradigm a lot lately, which I really think is going to be one of the key words for Sagittarius season 2019, shifting your paradigm. So what may seem like a challenge to you is really just an opportunity to shift the way you look at life, to shift the way that you view the world around you. Because if you always see things the way you've always seen them, how can you grow and be different and have different experiences than what you are currently having, right? So anywho, so that is the goddess that chose to speak to you all this week. You know what I always tell you to do? Google this goddess, read her story. All of the goddesses have their own stories or mythology that help us to understand the lessons that they have for us. All right. So the cards that you received here, the one on the bottom is just your general wisdom and energy. Could be where you are right now. The card that crosses it helps you to know what can help or hinder this energy, the card here. All right. So, you received the Three of Wands, and it was crossed by the Queen of Wands. The Three of Wands crossed by the Queen of Wands. All right. So the wands themselves are fire energy, which is so interesting. I can't remember if I said it here or in the opening intuitive message, but Sagittarius is a fire sign. We are coming out of this Mercury retrograde and out of the deep, watery, intuitive, deepest, darkest places of Scorpio season. And that season was challenging for a lot of people. It challenged us to really come out of ourselves. And so now that we're segueing out of that and we're really tapping into this Sagittarius time, this Three of Wands is like you looking out, look at him, looking over the waters, right? And there are ships way out in the ocean. And it's like reminding you that you put ships out to sea. You put seed in the ground. You have goals and aspirations, and you're waiting for them to come to you. This card reminds me that, or is telling me to remind you to keep your fire burning while you're waiting. Sometimes when we're waiting for our good to happen, when we're waiting for things to manifest, when we're waiting for things to change, our fire kind of dwindles out, and it can dwindle either through disappointment, frustration, or just, we just don't feel inspired by it anymore because perhaps we waited so long. But we're coming towards the end of 2019, And some good things are coming back to a lot of people during this time over the next, I would say, few weeks, going into January 2020. So remember your why this week. Remember why you started that job, that business, that initiative, that change that you initiated. Sometimes when we initiate change in our life, we don't, we have to keep the faith that what we desire is coming back to us. It's almost like I'm seeing somebody who, let's just say you were in a long-term relationship, but the relationship was stagnant or the relationship was abusive, right? And you left that situation, but now you don't have a lover, right? You're no longer in a relationship, and it can leave this void, and it can actually make you feel like, well, was I okay? Was that the right move to leave that situation? Because now I have nothing. But the Three of Wands is letting you know that no, you have something great that is coming to you. Keep your fire going. Keep your inspiration alive. Remember your why. And I'm looking at, with it being crossed by the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is the queen of the fire energy, of the Wands energy. She is, whether you're a man or a woman watching this, it doesn't matter. The Queen of Wands is that energy that is very magnetic. She draws to her the joy, pleasure, abundance, love, wealth, prosperity. She is joy. She is abundance. And so you have to remember that you are joy. You are abundance. You have to remember why you left the things that no longer fit your life. And that's probably because of self-love within you. You had no idea what was going to come back to you. You had no idea what it's going to bring to you. You just stepped out there on faith. And so when you keep that fire alive, when you keep your why alive, when you keep that self-love energy that I talked about in the opening message and in the announcements, when you keep that self-love fire burning, when you know that you're worthy, when you know that you're worth it, then you begin to walk in joy and love. And it's your own personal joy and love energy that draws back to you that joy and love that you think that you're waiting for. You think that you're waiting for it, but what will happen is you will actually begin to radiate it yourself. And in radiating that energy yourself, you'll actually draw to you the things that you say that you want. So it's not even so much about waiting for those things to come to you. It's really about igniting that fire within you. And then the light and the heat of that fire within you will be what will attract compatible love, compatible money, compatible opportunities, compatible situations that continue to fuel and feed the joy and love that you already have inside. All right. So your wisdom card this week. Ooh, y'all just better do it this week. You all received blessed. Wow. So blessed. I mean, we can already pretty much guess what that is, but I'm going to read to you the message that blessed has for you. All right, so blessed. Something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is unforeseen, that is an unforeseen gift from Spirit. There are moments in life when out of the blue it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. I gotta turn the page. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. Wow. So this is your week to really step into your blessing. And blessing isn't something that is like it says, it's not necessarily something that is earned. It's something that you align to. So, you might be tempted to really get into this Three of Wands, the lower end of Three of Wands, which is like, I got to push it. I got to make my blessings come back to me. I got to make my ships come back in. I got to make certain things happen. I got to make this person, I got to find somebody new to be in a relationship with. But no, blessed is saying, if you just, be patient and keep the fire burning within you, just know that you are blessed already. Your blessings are coming to you just because you're worthy of them. And I just filmed a live video. Please follow me on my Facebook channel, Tonya Poole Enterprises. I just filmed a live video on Friday the 22nd that talks about the 3 steps to having intentional self-love. And one of the things I shared was my quote from my book that says, right now I am the person who deserves to live outwardly the life that I desire and envision inwardly. That quote, and that's an affirmation actually, you can use that, would definitely be a Queen of Wands affirmation. Like, she just knows that she deserves it because she is love, abundance, sweetness, radiance, joy. And so the more you harness that energy, the more you will be able to receive the blessings that are coming to you at this time. All right, so that is your reading for the week of November 24th through November 30th. Make sure that you comment your card selections down below by November 25th on Monday in order to be automatically entered to win our November giveaway. Make sure you get my Black Friday, the Magic of Self-Love bundle, as well as my Black Friday readings, because those sales prices will only be available for a few days. And also leave a love offering if these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way. So again, thank you so much for watching. And until we speak again, I am wishing you all so much peace and love. All right, greetings and welcome to those of you who selected card group number 2. I will quickly go over the announcements just in case you skipped ahead and you missed those. Make sure you go back and listen to my opening intuitive message, because I talked about us being in Sagittarius season, and what I shared there will most likely help you have a deeper and better understanding of your results that I will share here in just a second. Make sure you also click the links down below for my Black Friday specials. I just made available my The Magic of Self-Love Black Friday special, which includes an autographed copy of my book, The Magic of Self-Love. And if you order on Amazon, it's not autographed, but when you click the link that's down below for the Black Friday special, you get an autographed copy as well as a digital copy of the workbook and a 17-minute sharing audio where I discuss and I share the inspiration behind the magic of self-love. And so that whole bundle is only $25, and shipping for the book is also included in that. And then I also have my Black Friday reading special. So any of the Black Friday stuff, you want to jump on that because it will only be around for a few days. Also, make sure that you comment your card selection by Monday, November 25th. This is the last week to be in the running to win our November giveaway. So you want to make sure you comment by Monday, November 25th in order to be included in that. And then also click below to leave a love offering or a donation. I greatly appreciate those. All right, so this stone here, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, y'all. I really don't even know what it is. It's a stone that just I had and I just loved it and I got it. It's some kind of agate, I know, but it's not blue lace agate. It's something else, or maybe it's a dark blue lace agate. Anybody who knows, you can comment down below and tell me for real. But I know it's some kind of agate stone. And agate in general is a very protective stone. It helps to ground you. It helps to balance that yin and yang energy, basically the energy that you exert and then the energy that you receive from others and the world around you. But like I said, it's also very protective. There are so many different versions of agate that help with the heart chakra, the root chakra, the love energy, the creative energy, the peace of mind. And so all agate stones are very, very beneficial. Any agate, I would say, is something that you should have in your stone, in your gemstone arsenal. And so if anybody knows exactly what kind of agate this is, please comment down below. But you know, again, you can always Google what agate is good for in order to get a deeper understanding. So this card here, y'all, this card on top of here comes from my goddess energy deck. And a lot of the goddesses I'm very familiar with, and some I am still learning about. So I will give my own 2 cents about whichever goddess appears here. But I will also read the information that comes with the card. This week, we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to how you should be expanding and growing at this time, because that is what Sagittarius season is all about. It's very aspirational. And so how do you need to grow and expand at this time so that you can become the person that you want to be? All right. So the goddess who is speaking to you, wow. Okay. Isis. Wow. She appeared a couple of weeks ago. Wow. Okay. So, and as you see on this card, it says rebirth. And you know these readings are collaborative, so feel free to let your own intuition speak to you at this time. But Isis is definitely a goddess of rebirth, of putting your life back together again. No matter how things maybe have fallen apart, the goddess Isis always teaches us that things can be rebuilt. We can be healed. There is no point where we can't be healed, where we can't be reconstructed and put back together again. She is very focused also. She is a goddess of focused energy and intent and devotion. She is devoted to her calling and to her purpose. And so this week, because we are looking at how you need to grow and expand in order to become the person that you are desiring to become, and in order to step fully into, or be prepared fully to step into the blessings that you desire for your life. Some of you this week, it really may be about kind of recovering from this past Mercury retrograde that we're coming out of, and that Scorpio season that forced us to go deep and face our deepest, darkest selves, and sometimes the things we don't want to face, and then to grow and to heal from that. All right, so let's read what the goddess Isis has to say to us. And like I always say, the goddesses speak to us all, whether we are a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's really the message. And whether you even believe the goddesses existed in physical form, it doesn't matter as far as these readings are concerned. It's all about learning the lessons that they have. So the first message I will read is the empowerment message, which says, the process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent through the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, and one that she invites you to address now. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were hopeless, now there is hope. Where you lost faith, you have the capacity for even more now. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself, your work and your relationships and your creativity. Have courage, let go of blame, claim your accountability, and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis has come to help you as a potent supporter in your growth. All right, so again, this week is all about growth and expansion. And so one way that we grow from our mistakes, we grow from our hardships. A lot of times when things don't go right or things fail, or, we're faced with certain challenges, how we respond to those is how we can grow, how we are able to grow. It determines how we respond. Oftentimes determines whether we stay in the stagnant position, stay in the hurt, blame, whatever, disappointment, or whether we actually grow from it. So Isis is all about helping you to reclaim your power. All right, so let's read her alignment message. And the alignment message is for if you find yourself out of alignment with her empowerment message. So the alignment message says, the goddess Isis, with her powers of reincarnation, has a message for you. You are not broken. You are not wounded beyond healing, and opportunities are not necessarily lost forever. Your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and wound stories are not serving you now. Your alignment task is to fully accept things as they are. Choose to find a way to put the pieces back together, let die what doesn't serve you, and focus on what works. There is so much goodness to come from this situation, even in this moment when you feel trapped. The goddess Isis wants only the best for you. As your fierce ally, she will challenge you when you go off track. So pick up the pieces, tell a new story, and find home again. You will be amazed at how beautifully things come together when you reject the trap created by the stories you tell yourself. You have the key. Use it. Wow. So she's reminding you that you do have, the power resides within you. And oftentimes it's just a decision. It's just a decision to change. It's just a decision to change your thoughts, change your words, change how you perceive things, change how you feel about yourself. Healing is a decision a lot of times. It doesn't change the past, but when you make a conscious choice to no longer allow the past to govern your present and your future, then that's when healing can take place. All right, so you know what I always tell you to do? Google the goddess Isis. Sometimes you will find her under the name Auset, A-U-S-E-T, and that way you can learn more about this goddess. All of the goddesses have a story, a mythology, that serve as lessons for us and guidance. So this card here on the bottom is your general wisdom. It could be where you are right now. And then the card that crosses it can let you know what can help this energy here or what could possibly hinder you. Okay. So, wow. Okay. The 10 of Wands. Ooh, in the world, you got the 10 of Wands and is crossed by the world. Wow. So the 10 of Wands is a card of carrying your burdens, of really, perhaps you have a vision, perhaps you had a desire, or very simply, you're just trying to get through the day to day. I mean, even look at the woman on this card. She's just trying to, do her work, do her task, and she's carrying her child. So she's trying to do what's necessary to survive and to take care of her child, of her responsibilities. And sometimes that can feel like a burden. The 10 of Wands is a card of carrying your burdens, carrying the weight, feeling like the whole world is on your shoulders. It's so interesting, it's crossed by the world. But feeling like you're carrying the world on your shoulders. I need to ask you, is it true that you are truly carrying the world on your shoulders? Probably not, but sometimes life can feel like that. It can feel like everything depends on you. If you don't carry this burden, it's going to fall apart. If you don't heal and bring it back together, it ain't going to work, that sort of thing. And then it becomes a burden. And so the thing about this 10 of Wands, she's a powerful woman. Look at this woman. She's carrying these wands, these heavy wands on her back. She's carrying her child. It's probably hot outside. Look at that sun. So she is physically strong, but sometimes we use our strength in the incorrect way. We use our strength to just load ourselves with burdens, to make everybody feel like we can handle it. We don't delegate. We don't dole out the responsibilities to others because we feel like it's our burden to carry. We feel like it's our cross to bear. We feel like this is just the way life has to be. It has to be hard. It has to be a struggle. But the 10 of Wands is also telling you that it doesn't have to be that way. If you're already strong enough to carry the burden, then you're strong enough to delegate the task. You're strong enough to say, you know what, this method is not going to work for me any longer. As a matter of fact, this method, I might be strong now, but it's going to wear me out very, very fast. If you carry a load, all of the time, or like I'm picturing somebody driving a car at high speed all of the time, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. Just because you can carry the burden doesn't mean that you should. And so this is a time for you to really, if you want to grow and expand, you have to grow beyond thinking that, you have to carry the load. It won't get done if you don't do it. You know what I mean? That you have to be the one who struggles, all of the time. That is not necessarily how you're going to get your breakthrough. And even if you do get your breakthrough by doing that, how good of shape, mental, physical, spiritual will you be in to receive it. You know, you're going to be too tired and broke down to receive your blessings, you know, if you carry on like this. And so if you're carrying the weight of burdens, if you're carrying the weight of tasks and to-do lists and the heaviness of life, or even carrying the weight of your traumas because you're thinking this is just the way life has to be and I got to go through and I got to struggle and no, darling, it does not have to be that way. Life can be joyous. Life can be pleasurable. The parts of you that are falling apart, you can re-put back together in a different way. That's what Sagittarius season is teaching you, is that it's all about growth and expansion, but you have to grow and expand your mind. You know, it's like I'm also thinking about, you know, people who, you know, some of the people who work the hardest are the ones who make the least amount of money. You know, and they think that the only way to survive is to struggle and grind and hustle and go the hardest. And then you realize, like, wow, there's a way to get to where I want to be without killing myself to get there. So the world, this being crossed by the world is the last card in the tarot deck. And the world is saying, look, it's time for you, instead of you carrying this burden, it's time for you to sit on the world. It's time for you, instead of you carrying the world on your shoulders, it's time for you to use the world as your throne. Let your butterfly wings soar, grow and expand. Look at this card. It's all about growth and expansion. Look at those flowers and butterfly wings. It's time for you, to graduate from this level of your life of burden and carrying the load. It's time for you to graduate from that. It's time for you to put an end. That's over. We are at the end of the year. Sagittarius, we come out of Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. We're entering to Sagittarius season, which is all about growth, expansion, and your aspirations. And seeing your next level. In order to get to your next level, you can't get there with this burden 10 of Wands energy. You have to get there. I mean, even look at the difference of the women on here. Like she looks tired and hot and wore down with life. And this one, you know, she is calm and serene. This woman here, in my mind, she probably takes time to wake up and do some self-care. You know, she probably takes bubble baths. You know, she probably tells her children and everything, okay, between the hours of 7 and 8, I'm not to be bothered because I'm going in here to do my affirmations and my meditation, to take me a good long hot shower. Like, she carves out time for self-care and self-love. And that's what you have to do. In order to shift things in your world, you have to shift. In order for your world around you to shift, you have to shift. It's not going to change. What did Isis tell you? It's not going to change till you change. You know, ain't nobody going to put the pieces together for you. Ain't nobody going to look at you carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and say, wow, I should probably help him, or wow, I should probably help her. No, they're going to look at you and say, I guess she looked like she got it, so I guess she'll be all right. Look, she been handling it this far, so I guess she'll be all right. No, your world around you will change when you change. The world will change when you change, when you have a paradigm shift, when you see things differently, when you think differently, when you love yourself differently, your world will change. All right, so I hope whoever needed to hear that, receive that. So your wisdom card here, wow, okay, is go the distance, which really is about perseverance, which really is about, you know, keeping your eye on the prize. So let's see what wisdom this card is speaking to you. Go the distance, endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. Wow. So in order to go the distance, what did I say a minute ago? In order to go the distance, you can't be like this person here, this 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands energy is not going the distance. 10 of Wands energy is burnout. It's burnout in the making. So if you want to go the distance, you're going to have to step into this world energy and put an end to this 10 of Wands energy. Take care of yourself. Love on yourself. Pour life and loving energy into you. Some of you need to even stop listening to negative things on the news, negative, YouTube videos and Facebook posts. You actually need to just Google motivational speeches and just play those on a loop. Just listen to that and let it feed your spirit and your mind, so that you can put the pieces back together in a healthy way and grow and expand in a way that heals you, so that you can actually step into 2020 with power, with real power, real strength, that will last you a lifetime. All right, so that is it for your reading for this week, November 24th through November 30th. Make sure you comment your card selection on or before Monday, November 25th, if you want to be in the running to win our November giveaway. Make sure you click the links down below to get those Black Friday specials while they are still available, because by the time I film the next pick a card reading, they will probably be gone. All right, so make sure you get those as well. And until we speak again, y'all, I'm wishing you all so much peace and love. You deserve the absolute best. Always remember that. Always remember that. All right? So talk soon. Well, welcome to the Pick a Card results for card group number 3. Thank you all for those of you who selected this card group. Make sure that you comment your card selection down below by Monday, November 25th. If you want to be in the running to win our, our November giveaway. This is the last week of November, so this is your last chance to get in the running to win the November giveaway. And I will quickly go over a couple of the other announcements, just in case you were one of the ones who skipped ahead. Make sure that, like I already stated, click the link, to comment down below. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. To comment down below your card selection if you want to be entered to win, and do so by Monday, November 25th. I have a couple of amazing Black Friday specials, y'all. The first one is the Magic of Self-Love Black Friday bundle, which is so awesome. It includes an autographed copy of my book, The Magic of Self-Love, which is 9 chapters. It's a 9-chapter book, which really shows you how to use self-love as a magical tool to transform your life for the better. And at the end of each of those chapters is an assignment to help you apply what you learned. And so guess what you get? You also get a digital copy of my workbook so that you can do the assignments in that workbook. And then you also receive an audio that I did. It's not an audio class, but it's more so a discussion. It's about 17 minutes long, where I really share what was on my heart and what inspired me to actually write The Magic of Self-Love. And some of the things that I share in that audio, I believe, will be very helpful to you. So again, that Black Friday special, you get an autographed copy of The Magic of Self-Love, which if you order on Amazon, it won't be autographed, but if you order from the link that's down below, I will ship it to you and it will be autographed. So you get a copy of that book, and then you get instant access to the inspirational audio, as well as a digital copy of the workbook. And then shipping is included on that book. So you get all of that for only $25. That link is down below. I have a couple of specials for my readings. One, which I absolutely love, which is the 1-card energy reading. I'm not even going to go into all the details here, but make sure you click that to learn more about that. And those Black Friday specials will only be around for about a week. So by the time we film this next pick a card reading, it might be gone. So you want to make sure you get that. Also, leave a love offering. If these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way, make sure that you leave a love offering or a donation. And also go back and listen to my opening intuitive message, because in that message, I talk about us entering into Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius being very much a sign of aspirations and growth and expansion, which this pick a card reading is all about. How do you need to grow and expand at this time in order for you to become the person that you desire to be, in order for you to go to your next level? We are at the end of 2019, and some big things are happening or lining up for a lot of people for 2020, and you want to be in that lineup, right? So that is what this pick a card is all about this week. On the top of your card deck is a moonstone. And moonstone is one of those stones to really help you to tap into your intuition, to really help you to interpret your feelings. Sometimes we just have feelings, or sometimes we just have intuitive knowings, aha moments, but we don't really know what they mean. And so moonstone really helps you to tap into your intuition, your emotions, your feelings, and know what they mean. And whether you're a man or a woman, it really helps you to tap into that feminine energy which we all possess within us. And so moonstone is really good for that. We are also going to experience a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius sometime this week, I think on the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So that new moon energy is really a time a lot of people use to set new intentions, new desires, to refocus and to reset. And so using a moonstone during that time will be most helpful to you. So you know what I always tell you to do, if you want to learn more about moonstone, Google moonstone. All right. So the card that's on the top here comes from my Goddess Energy deck. I don't know which goddess is here. Many of the goddesses I'm familiar with. Some of them I'm still learning about. So I will give my own 2 cents about what I feel this goddess is speaking. But I will also read what comes, the information that comes with the card. So, y'all. How many of y'all who have been watching, please comment this below. How many of y'all who have been watching have seen the goddess Kali over the past few weeks appear in these pick a card readings? How many of you have been receiving this card? She has been coming up like every other week. And what's so interesting is that when I shuffle the deck, before I lay these cards out, I'm always saying, okay, which 3 goddesses, want to appear in the pick a card this week? Which 3 goddesses have something to share, a message that, their stories can share. So the fact that she's come up quite often over the past few weeks or so is very, telling. The goddess Kali is a goddess of, like it says here, liberation. She's a goddess of, she can use her power of destruction basically to liberate, to free. And it's very interesting with us coming out of Scorpio season, and also a very heavy Mercury retrograde. Those two together, Scorpio and Mercury retrograde, and it is the perfect combination for destroy so that you can rebuild, right? It's the perfect combination of mishaps, upheavals, destruction, complications, miscommunication, but for the purposes of bringing, hopefully, if you learn the lesson, for bringing about your liberation, your healing, so that you can rebuild anew. And so the goddess Kali is definitely about destroying and allowing what needs to die so that you can move on. She's a very powerful goddess, and she does not play. And whether you believe that the goddesses ever actually existed like in physical form or whatever, or if you just believe in their energy, it doesn't really matter. All of the goddesses have a story and a mythology that can teach us lessons. So I'm going to read 2 messages from Kali. The first one is the empowerment message, and then the second one is the alignment message, which you can use just in case you find yourself out of alignment with her empowerment message. All right. So the empowerment message says, you're being invited by the Hindu goddess of liberation and revolution, Kali, to address the aspects in your own shadow nature that have held you hostage to old ideas that no longer serve you, that no longer serve who you want to become. You can no longer define yourself by your victim story. Expect to succeed in your life. There is a beauty and liberation that is deep, fierce, courageous. It rises up from the willingness to break the chains of the past in order to transform into something new. You may be afraid to set boundaries with others, but the goddess Kali has come to lend you her daggers. You see those daggers right there on the card. come to lend you her daggers. For you must cut ties with the familiar ideas about life that have determined your place in the world up until now. Have you been holding back on shining in the world because you are afraid of the reprisal or judgment of others? This helps no one. You must step into life authentic and glowing. Refuse to allow the potential judgment of others to affect you. Every day, claim your power to liberate yourself from caring what others think. When you are asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm, and to serve for the highest good of all, none of this matters, even if you must tear down what has been built. Kali will help you whenever you need to be courageous, even when you are most afraid. Be fierce and be loving and be willing to learn. Life will respond in miraculous ways. Wow, that's a powerful empowerment message, especially for right now, since we are looking at, how do you need to grow and expand so that you can become the person you want to be and so you can elevate to the level that you aspire to be on. And you cannot do that by holding on to people, circumstances, ideas, thoughts, whatever of the past that are actually destroying you. You have to, for lack of better terms, destroy them before you allow them to destroy you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do that you need to do or that you should do anything that's physically destructive or, illegal or harmful. I'm not saying any of that at all. What I'm saying is, you have to be willing to liberate yourself from the things that are destructive to you. And you know what these are. And let me tell you, we just came out of Scorpio season and Mercury retrograde, and we're coming towards the end of 2019. And I've been telling y'all a billion trillion times, those of you who have been paying attention, that 2020 will be an extraordinary year for those who did the work in 2019, for those who faced their fears, for those who didn't let the setbacks and obstacles stop them. All right, so this is like your last few weeks of 2019 to pull yourself together, to cut the ties from that which is no longer suited for you so that you can advance and move forward in the weeks to come, in the year to come. All right, so the alignment message says, when resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It's easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontent. When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. Take heart, for you are not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and you can use this energy to make something extraordinary and find a new way. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut the ties to stories you tell about your past once you have expressed and processed them. No matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to channel this rage, this anger, these feelings into creativity. Make something out of it, of yourself, so you don't create destruction just because you can. Be willing to be teachable, even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do better. Be willing to take full accountability for the energy you bring to the world. Kali knows the fierce, dark love she brings you will not always be comfortable, and the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes. Now make something meaningful and be someone you're proud of. Wow. So a lot of times when we're making changes or we're desiring for our lives to be different or to change in some kind of way, because we're looking at everything around us that we don't like, it's so easy to step into that blame, and then that comes that anger and that rage. And so then we start channeling our anger and our rage and our frustration in a way that doesn't actually change the situation. It just adds more fuel to the fire. It just, most of you have already voiced probably enough times the people you don't like, the things you don't like, the past or how you feel people have done you wrong. You probably already said it. You probably vented enough. You probably talked about it enough. You probably told them to their face enough. You probably went to work mad enough. You've probably done all of the anger, rage, frustration, antics enough. All right. So Kali is saying, use that energy to change your trajectory. Use that energy to change your trajectory. Use that energy to change your paradigm. Change how you view the world. Change yourself. And then you will see the world around you change. You don't change just by saying over and over again that you're mad about it and you're angry about it and who did you wrong and who cares. You know what I'm saying? After a while, okay, it's good to vent because you got to get that energy out. But if you've been venting all year, if you've been venting half of the year, if you've been venting all month, it is time to be like, all right, what the hell are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to change? How are you going to grow and elevate? Because you can't grow and elevate just staying stagnant in rage, fury, and frustration. All of that does is highlight what's pissing you off. But it doesn't change what's pissing you off. And what will change what pisses you off is you changing you. You changing your perspective. You choosing to be different, see things differently, speak differently, think differently, and to move differently. Conduct yourself differently. And forget everybody else. Forget everybody else that might not be in alignment with where you're going. They'll get on board when you get on board with yourself. Period. So don't wait for everybody else to get on board. You know, you get on board with your dreams and your vision, with your growth and expansion. And then whoever wants to get on board, they'll get on board. But they're waiting on you. They're waiting on you to shut up with the complaining and the anger and the rage and to just get on board with it. All right. So you know what I always tell you to do? Google the goddess Kali if you want to learn more about her story, because all of the goddesses have a story, and in their stories is the lesson that they have for us. All right. So the cards you have here, the one on the bottom is your general wisdom and energy. It could also be where you are right now. And the card that crosses it helps you to know what can help you at this time or what can hinder this energy here. Okay. So, wow, okay. You have the Hierophant, and it is crossed by the Five of Pentacles. The Hierophant, and it is crossed by the Five of Pentacles. All right, y'all not gonna be easy, are you? You gonna Okay, let's see. The Hierophant is a card of structure, of following the rules, of being given a blueprint of what to do. It's like a guy. You ever get like a rule book, or like if you're at school or something, they always have that book of policies and procedures and protocol. Or if you're a part of a particular religion, your holy text could be the rule book. Or even when you buy something new. Like recently, I bought a new appliance, and the appliance came with like a manual to say, okay, this is how you are to properly use this particular appliance. But if you don't use it how we say, then this could happen, and this could happen, and that could happen, and then they always end with, and we're not responsible for if you don't follow the rules. That's what I feel like this is saying to you. There is some sort of blueprint. There's a certain way that that you should be living, that you should be conducting yourself by, that perhaps you're not. And I'm really feeling strongly, and those of you who this is for, please take it. If it's not for you, then hear what is for you. But I really feel like some of you have been, it's like I'm feeling a strong energy of, I'm going to do things my way, and I don't care who's going to have to deal with it, and I'm going to say what I want to say, and they just going to have to hear me, and they're going to have to deal with it, because ain't nobody going to stop me, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to say what I want to say, and whatever, and they just going, okay. I'm here to tell you, though, that has consequences. I mean, you can say what you want to say, and you can do what you want to do. You grown. Ain't nobody stopping you. But understand this. Your words have consequences. Your words will come back to you. Your actions will come back to you. And if you are super impulsive, which may be why you got this moonstone, if you're in your emotions in a less than beneficial way, then sometimes we act in a way because this is just how I feel. Okay. Well, once you're done expressing how you feel, and you got it all off your chest, and you feeling like, yeah, I told them, or yeah, I showed them, understand this. You might be over it, but they might not be. You might have said how you were going to feel and whatever, but the consequences of your actions are still playing out for you. So, what rules should you be following that you are not? And what I'm really feeling is that it's rules dealing with behavior. It's not so much about, somebody putting rules over you, and forcing you to conduct yourself a certain way. But I mean, it's the law of reciprocity, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. All of those universal laws are dealing with you initiating something and then you being the recipient of however it comes back to you. Okay, so there are universal laws, and I highly encourage that you look up like I believe it's 12 of them. 12 universal laws, like cause and effect and rhythm and reciprocity and attraction, all of those laws, and ask yourself, that's what y'all need to do. Look up those 12 laws and ask yourself, how is this playing out in my life? Am I following the rules, the protocols, and procedures of those laws to get back to me what I say I want? Because some of you may be acting in a way that is so emotional that the outcome is not what you want it to be. You know what I mean? Like the benefit of your behavior is so short-lived. The benefit only extends to, that feeling you get when you express yourself emotionally. But after that, the benefits end and it's only consequences, right? And so that's what I'm seeing, because it's crossed by the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles can mean several different things. It can mean like financial loss, poverty, failure, lack, not enough, struggling financially. But it can also relate to struggling emotionally and spiritually, like being spiritually depleted, which is very interesting because it's crossing the Hierophant, which oftentimes is relates to religion or spirituality in some kind of way. So it's like being spiritually depleted, spiritually bankrupt, spiritually drained, and it could also then be manifesting in your money and in your finances, because you're not following the spiritual laws, you're not following the spiritual protocol, you're only following how you feel. And I'm not speaking against feelings and emotion. Those are very beneficial. Feelings and emotion, we all need them. Feelings and emotion are spiritual, but everything has a beneficial and a less beneficial aspect, a positive and a negative, if you want to say it like that, or a good and a bad, right? And so emotions, when they're not used in a beneficial way, they're kind of just explosive and they bring no fruit to you. There's no, you ever see somebody acting out and you're like, why? Like, what are they gaining from this? Ask yourself, what am I gaining from not following the rules, by not following protocol, by doing things my own way, by just going off or feeling how I feel, or being, some of y'all aren't necessarily even going off, like y'all not like cursing people out or nothing like that, but you are so just contrary. Like, you should go right and you go left because you just want to. You should go up, but you go down just because you feel like it. You should be doing X, Y, and Z, but you're doing A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? So it's like you are actively working against yourself. You should be cutting certain people off and being done with certain situations and circumstances, and yet you keep dealing with them. You keep finding yourself in those situations, and then you're mad because you don't get the outcome that you desire. What the hell? Again, ask yourself what the hell. So this is my, suggestion to you. Even though this is sometimes can show up as a religious card, or it can show up as wait a minute, my camera was doing something. Show up as a religious card, or following the rules and protocols of a religion or institution, or even marriage or whatever. I don't know what it is that you should be following. Only you know that. You're not even the only one who selected card group number 3. So you have to take whatever I'm saying and apply it to you. What I will say is, look up, seriously, y'all, this week, your alignment task that I'm giving you is to Google the universal laws. Like I said, I believe it's 12 of them, and you'll know you're looking it up, because it'll be like, the law of rhythm is one, the law of cause and effect, and so on down the line. But just look up what those mean. Then ask yourself, how am I in or out of alignment with this law? Because you can't buck the laws of the universe. And some of you are not having the outcomes that you desire in life. I mean, it could be just like I said, it's feeling spiritually depleted, financially depleted. Even people, you might find that some people don't even want to be around you because of your energy. It's just a real negative or unbeneficial vibe that's around you because perhaps of how you've been conducting yourself, right? So look up these universal laws, get into alignment with them so that you can shift this Five of Pentacles energy from lack, not enough, depletion, to abundance, wealth, prosperity, and fulfillment. So I won't tell you to follow a particular religion. I won't tell you to necessarily follow the rules of any organization that you're part of. What I'm asking you to do is to follow the rules, the universal rules. And what you'll find is that when you follow these universal laws and principles, they actually apply to your religion, to your spirituality, to your job, to the school that you're part of or enrolled in. I mean, to your marriage, to every part of your life that you are a part of. You can find those 12 universal laws and principles in those areas of your life. So apply those to every area of your life so you can turn these things around. Go back and listen to my opening intuitive message, because I did kind of a little bit talk about us being in the Sagittarius time and us being at the end of 2019. And 2019 was challenging for a lot of people. And 2020, I keep telling people, I've said it in all of my videos, including my reading of the year that I did back in January 2019. I told everybody, those who can get themselves in check, can discipline themselves, who take responsibility for their own actions, thoughts, words, behaviors, emotions, those who don't let other people knock them off their game, who don't use other people and their bad behavior as an excuse for them to have bad behavior, for people who can really overcome the obstacles that 2019 brought a lot of people, will be set up lovely for 2020. And you want to be one of those people. It's not too late to do the work. So what you got to do is Google those universal laws and principles and get into alignment with all of those laws so that you can get yourself into alignment. All right, so your wisdom card, your wisdom card that you received here is higher power. And higher power definitely deals with surrendering to your higher power. What is, even like the Bible says, like not being wise in your own eyes, trusting in the Lord, trusting beyond what your short-sightedness can see, pretty much. And that's where your blessing is. So let me read what this card, the message that this card has for you. Higher power, conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all, and how can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. Wow. So, it said get out of your own way. A lot of you are in your own way. A lot of you are in your own way, and higher power is saying tap into your higher power. Tap into, what I would say is tap into the rules and the universal rules that that the higher power uses to govern the entire universe. How are you above that law? How are you above those laws? You know what I'm saying? So get in alignment with those universal laws and principles, and watch how your spiritual depletion, your spiritual tiredness and fatigue, lack, not enough, struggling financially, whatever it is that you're going through, watch those things begin to turn around for you in your favor. These next few weeks of 2019 can really be the game changer that you have been waiting on, but it's up to you to do the work. All right, so that is your reading for November 24th through November 30th. Make sure you comment your card selections by Monday, November 25th. If you want to be in the running to win our November giveaway, that winner will be announced at during next week's Pick a Card reading. Make sure you click down below to get all of my Black Friday specials and to leave a love offering, also known as a donation. I greatly appreciate those. And until we speak again, I am so wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks for watching. All right, so that is our reading for the week of Sunday, November 24th through Saturday, November 30th. Make sure you comment your card selections down below by Monday, November 25th. If you want to be included in our November giveaway, this is the last week to be included in our November giveaway, and that winner will be announced during next week's Pick a Card reading. Make sure that you click the links down below to get all of my wonderful Black Friday specials. Those will only be around for about a week, so you want to make sure you take advantage of those while they are still here. Make sure that you leave a love offering or donation if these readings have been beneficial to you in any kind of way. And also make sure that you follow me on Instagram and my Facebook pages so that you can be aware of some of the other things that I'm doing. And you never miss out. All right, so that is it. Until we speak again, I am wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks so much for watching.